Hey everybody, welcome, welcome.
Good evening.
Hey Steven, nice to see you.
Good to
How's it
see
going?
you. Pretty good, pretty good.
Good. How's the family?
Family's good. I don't have my kids tonight. I never have them on Mondays, so at least it'll be quiet. But my daughter just got a
Good.
cell phone today, so she can text me like crazy. You know, texting and calling. What you doing? What you doing, Dad? I'll see you Wednesday, sweetie. That's all.
That's always fun. I remember when I first got my first cell phone and I used up all my minutes calling my mom.
Yeah.
Hey Anna, good to see you. Hey Justice, hey Beverly. Everybody, thank you for joining. Hey Della, thank you for joining us.
Hello, hello.
Larry, your hand's up. You have a question? Larry can't hear. Okay, well, we'll give you a minute to adjust your audio settings. All right, so without further ado, we are going to get started with our summer session. So on behalf of the Newark Alliance and Higher Newark program, we welcome you all to our summer reading session of UnF Yourself, Get Out of Your Head and Into Your Life by Gary John Bishop. As most of you may or may not know, my name is Audrey Smith Torres. I am the Outreach and Engagement Manager for the Higher Newark program. With me on our team, we have our favorite co-host, aka the voice of God, our Director of IT, Linnell Robinson.
Good
Hey,
evening,
Linnell.
everyone. Good evening, everyone.
And we also have our COO, Della Walker Jr. on the line. Della, if you want to say a few words.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our summer book club. Excited to see you all here. Excited to know that we are streaming this live. So hello to everyone out there. Just dig in, lean in. You know, we are a group of professionals here in the city of Newark who just want to find space to connect with one another and grow our professional networks, grow our professional learning. So thank you for showing up, not just for us, but for you.
Thank you, Della. And thank you, everybody who registered and for tuning in today and joining us on a Monday night. So I just want to kind of set the expectations for how this book club session is going to go. We recognize it's summer. Everybody is chilling, relaxing, and we want to continue to go with that flow. So this book club will run a little different than our in-season sessions. This will be more relaxed conversations. Each week, we will continue to cover several chapters at a time. We will have an in-person meetup on the last Friday of the month. So that's August 26th at 7 p.m. at the BrownMill brick and mortar on Halsey Street. We are also streaming across multiple platforms. Awesome, Larry. We are also streaming across multiple platforms. So anyone who is unable to attend the summer sessions, due to whatever reason, you can catch up on your own time as your time allows. So be sure to register to receive our midweek reminders before each session and to also receive the discount codes from our program partners because they're pretty dope for the summer and definitely get in there where you can. So without further ado, I wanted to welcome our special guest before we open the floor. Welcome and thank you to our special co-host and guest, Justice Pitt Goodson, the CEO of the BrownMill Company. Justice, welcome. Please tell us more about yourself, your company, and your general interest in reading the book for this session.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, and thank you for considering BrownMill as a partner for this summer reading. Super excited. For everyone who doesn't know, my name is Justice Pitt Goodson. I'm a CEO and creative director of BrownMill Company, located at 49 Halsey Street in Newark. We're a lifestyle clothing brand We focus on, clothing items, accessories, etc. But nonetheless, I've been hearing a lot about this book. I'm a big fan of self-development books. And yeah, I wanted to read this one, and glad to do it in this format where we can all engage and learn. So thank you again.
Awesome. Thank you, Justice. So another special feature for the summer reading session is that we do have an official co-host along with BrownMill. Our co-host name is Zenaida Watson, who is a celebrity tailor and fashion designer and one of the event producers for Vibes After Dark at the Newark Museum. If you haven't gotten a chance to attend Vibes After Dark, it is an amazing experience. You can sign up for the next Vibes After Dark meetup directly on the Newark Museum's website. Justice, did you want to give any additional detail about Zenaida? Because she is one of your favorite people, what you told me, so.
Yeah, absolutely. Other than her being a great person, a friend of mine, she's more well-spoken than I am, and an avid book reader. Just a very detailed person. So when the opportunity came across the floor to partner for the book club, I definitely turned to her because I knew she'd be a great one to lead this on our behalf. So she isn't on the call, unfortunately, at this moment, but for the next book club meeting, she will be hosting and being the point person for the book club. So excited to have her and honored.
Thank you. So for this session, we did want to have a general kickoff call. Has anybody not gotten a chance to receive the book yet? Does anybody still need it? Let us know. You can unmute yourself, tell us who you are, and if you also need the book.
Hi, I'm Roslyn. I still need the book. I started reading the online one, but I missed the code. The code expired for the audiobook. So it's okay, I prefer to have the actual book versus reading the printout. So I just started late. That's why I don't have the book yet.
Okay. Roslyn, are you local? Are you in Newark?
Yes.
In the Newark area?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we actually have some editions available directly at BrownMill.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna write your name down, and you can go ahead and pick it up anytime this week.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah, no problem. Anybody else who need the book? Sorry. Go ahead, Justice.
No worries. For those that are going to pick up at the store, we're open 11 to 7 p.m. This week.
Okay. So should I come and look for you, am I saying it right, Justice? Or
yeah,
who do I speak to? You, Justice, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
either myself or my brother Elijah. But honestly, if in the case that neither of us are there, someone will be there, and you can just mention you're part of the book club and you came to pick up your book. Everyone knows in the team to book. No worries.
Thank you.
Is there a charge for the books?
No, there's to pick up at BrownMill.
Oh, count me in.
Oh, no, we got you down.
Is it first come, first serve? How many are left?
So with the 2, now we have 8 left.
Okay. All right.
However, we do have our wonderful partners, Barnes & Noble, who also have the book in stock. We have the Source of Knowledge partners. The book is also online with the library's ebook system called Hoopla, Hoopla. You can Hoopla. You'll receive a link to Hoopla in your midweek email on Thursday, and the library also has editions in as well. So the book is everywhere in downtown Newark. Anywhere that you want to stop in and get it, everybody has it. And also Sindell's Bookstore online if you need to ship it directly to you. And all these places offer a discount for the reading for the summer session. Okay, so if anybody else still needs a book, feel free to email us directly at hirenewarknj@gmail.com. Also, so if anybody has started the reading, what are your thoughts so far? And feel free to jump in, raise your hand, whatever you're most comfortable with. The chat is also open.
I'll just say really quick, I read the first 2 chapters, and I keep thinking the theme for me is accountability and refusing to enter the victim Olympics. And one thing that really struck me is, I think it was in chapter 2, where he has a statement saying, if you're easily offended, gift this book to someone else. You know, so it really challenges you to either do something about your circumstances or accept them, because you have to be willing. Either you're willing to do something to change it or willing to accept. And that's a powerful thing, because you can do anything you want, but you can't choose your consequences. You know, so those are some things that I thought about before I read.
Very powerful. Thank you, Stephen, for sharing. Larry, you had your hand up?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. I bought the audiobook not knowing that it was like a delay with y'all sending me the code. So, and I want the physical book. I'm a resident of East Orange with a Rebel card. So I don't know if there are any left. But anyway, so I listened to it audibly and I printed out the PDF. And I'm thinking to myself, I've never read a personal self-development book like this. It's offensive, but it's shocking, but it's comforting all at the same time. Because the author comes from a point of view where don't have the entitlement and the victim mentality, that it's your fault because you were born yellow and your mom was born green, and it's definitely different. I definitely wasn't expecting anything like this. This is interesting. It's going to be an interesting journey with you guys. So I received the floor.
Awesome. Thank you, Larry. Thank you for sharing. You said you're in East Orange. Are you able to get down to the BrownMill, to BrownMill on 49 Halsey Street sometime this week to pick up a free copy?
Yeah, probably tomorrow. What's the address? What is the name of the business?
BrownMill
Brown.
on Halsey Street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
49 Halsey Street.
49 Halsey.
Okay. You're going to see
And
an
they're open
avid
from
reader.
11 to 7.
11 to 7. You're going to see an avid reader tomorrow. Be prepared. I couldn't hear you.
Does anybody else have any thoughts? Oh.
So I didn't read the book, but when I first saw the title, I was like, oh, really? I didn't know it. That's what we doing. I was like, Della, you said the title. But yeah, so I after I got past the book title and read the sub underneath it, I was like, yeah, I think I really want to read this book. So I haven't read it yet because I'm just downloading from my Leadership Newark experience. But then I'm gonna get into it.
Yes, we're definitely looking forward to deep diving into this book this session. The author Gary John Bishop, excuse me. He's originally from Scotland, and he has 4 other readings that are along the same narrative of just being very cutthroat, very this is what you have to do in order to like be successful. And I look forward to really coming out of this session more transformed, especially as we go into the fall and as we like kind of set new intentions for the new year, which is coming up so quickly. So I'm looking forward to the session, definitely. Does anybody else have any thoughts or want to say what you're looking forward to take away from this session's reading?
Yeah, I'm actually listening to the audiobook, but I'm not sure which chapter I think I might be in chapter 7, so I don't know where this falls in. It might be in the beginning. One thing that I found interesting was that he said was if you want to be a millionaire, if you want to be skinny, if you want to be this, if you want to be that, are you willing to do the work and understand that you have to do the work in order to get that? And, you know, do you really want to work 14, 15, 16, 17-hour days in order to make your business work so you can be a millionaire? And understand the consequences of that, meaning that you're not going to have time to hang out, you're not going to have time with your family, you're not. So you have to really decide what you really want and understand what comes with it in terms of the work. I found that pretty interesting because you know we all dream of being the millionaire, but yeah, like how many hours are you working? What are you sacrificing in order to have that lifestyle? Because you know when you're looking at the Kardashians or anybody on television, you know, singers, whatever, actors, we're seeing them living this extravagant lifestyle and you know, these wants and stuff, but we're not seeing them waking up at 3 a.m. to, you know, to get ready, to go do the work and for them to get paid, or, you know what I mean? So I found that very interesting.
Yeah. And also, Anna, just to big you up for a second, because you are also a business owner and you were going through school and you literally do a lot as well. So I'm sure like this book is like a heartfelt to you. Is there any other takeaways that you have learned on your journey through building yourself and just as you keep going and building your business?
Sure. Like building the business is a commitment that you have to make. There's times that I'm juggling. I have to go to, you know, dinner with friends. You know, I committed to dinner with friends 2 weeks ago, and I just had a client who needs something right now. So unfortunately, my friends pay for the fact that I'm going to be late because I have to fulfill, you know, my client's request. Because as we know, you have to keep your clients happy if you want them to keep coming back. In terms of just a little background, I had weight loss surgery actually a year ago on the 20th of last year, August 20th. And since then, you know, people think that this journey is you get surgery and then you can eat what you want and do what you want. You don't have to work out. And in order to make it a successful experience and long-term for like basically the rest of your life, there are conditions. You can't eat everything you want and you have to work out. And making that commitment to go to the gym, actually, I relied on the first book that I read with all of you, which was The Habits, Forming Habits. And I realized like that from the book, I really realized how important that is in terms of making it successful to the point where everything becomes second nature. So, that was actually pretty interesting. So yeah, in business, like I said, you're gonna have to make sacrifices that sometimes you're sitting there like, I really don't want to do this, or I don't want to stay up until 3 a.m. to get something done for a client, but you have to. So there's a lot of sacrifices that people don't see behind the scenes that you have to make, and you have to be okay with it. And there's times that, to be quite honest, I am resentful because, you know, how many hours in a day can you work? But I made that decision, so I have to follow it through. And it's just, then you kind of learn certain little like tips and tricks for yourself to buffer in time. So you do have time for yourself because you will need time for yourself. So.
Yes, Anna, and congratulations on your journey. Thank you so much. So BrownMill actually has this slogan called Think Bigger. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen it recently on Cory Booker's TikTok that he posted, Justice or Elijah. If you guys wanted to bring to light, how did the slogan Think Bigger come about and how it definitely relates to the reading, feel free to share.
Absolutely. I think the quote "Think Bigger" for us encapsulates who we are as people and, you know, our story of the brand. For those who don't know, I started the company when I was in 8th grade. Actually, started making bow ties and ties, sold them to church family, friends, my community. But because of that support and push, developed a brand, did internships, did apprenticeships, and 13 years later, you know, we have a storefront in Newark. So I say think bigger to say, in order for action to be had, it all starts from a mindset. It's a mindset thing. So I'm a big fan of self-development books, like I said, and everyone that I read really plays into, how I operate as a entrepreneur. But everything mindset, your thought patterns, and I think this book directly ties into that in itself. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. So want to do a final takeaway if anybody wanted to share any thoughts that might have come between the last couple of minutes. Feel free, the floor is open. If you need anything from the team, please let us know. I'm gonna give it a few seconds. Okay.
I was gonna.
Wow.
Hello?
Oh, go
Yeah,
ahead, Larry.
I also started listening to the audiobook, and on the thing it says like 8, but I don't know where I am. But one of the things I also found interesting, it was like that you never think about. You want the success, but do you know what comes with that? Are you prepared mentally to handle that? Are you prepared emotionally, financially? I mean, spiritually. Like, are your shoulders broad enough to carry that load? So, it made me examine some things internally. I don't know about, has anyone else, when they looked at, did they think about it like that?
I'll jump in. Absolutely. So I've been on, I don't want to call it a weight loss journey. I've just been trying to get to a healthier me. And I came across something on Netflix, Road to Super Bowl. I think it's J-Lo's story about how she performed at the Super Bowl. And it gave me a newfound respect for entertainers and what they do, and the dedication that goes into achieving that level of success, achieving that look, right? And I had to ask myself, what am I willing to do? How far am I willing to go in order to be this healthier version of myself? And so I've been challenging myself every week to just do something. It's like those habits that we developed in The Power of Habit. What habit can I change this week to get me there? And asking myself those hard questions is, how hard are you willing to go? How far are you willing to run? How deep are you willing to think through certain things to get to that place? So Larry, I'm with you in this journey. Absolutely.
Oh, Miss Walker, you can hit me up in the DM because I have a good trainer for you too.
Okay. All right.
All right. You have my email and things. All right. All right.
Sorry, did you want to say something?
In preparing for reading this book, I shared with my coworker that I was going to read this book, and he's like, "You really need it, because some of the things I hear you say to yourself, Perlette, you're really hard on yourself. You're really unforgiving. You really need to change the voices that you speak to yourself in." He said, because you're a wonderful person. You're always encouraging. You're not as hard to other people, on other people, as you are to yourself. So I am really looking forward to self-change. So that's what my expectation is. And being in this group and reading this book, just developing self-love or self-love conversations.
Yeah, Perla, thank you for sharing. As somebody who also sometimes has that voice in our head where it's like, yeah, I can encourage other people. When it comes to me, it's like, okay, you could have done better. You should have, would have, could have. And then changing that voice in my head to just talk to myself nice. And then changing that narrative. And it has taken a long time, but then now being able to recognize it when I hear it from other people and saying like, hey, let's reframe the way that we talk about ourselves, the way that we set expectations. And definitely this book has a point about having the expectation to have no expectation, which is a theme that I've come to live by for a lot of events in my life. So that's definitely on brand and spot on. Another wonderful.
My funny
Oh,
is I just posted a 30th anniversary picture of my husband and I, and our first date. And my husband is hugging me, but his hands are on my breast. And my husband, as soon as he saw the picture, he's like, boobies. And I said, but the script says you're supposed to say this. And so my niece responded, because it was in a family chat. She's like, what script, Pearlette? And I said, the script in my head. So I realized, even with this sharing the picture, that I do have a lot of expectations, like you just said, for people to say or react in a certain way to what I'm sharing and everything. So thank you for really picking up on what I'm saying.
Such an agree. One thing I do want to point out to everybody who was able to join us or who intends to join us for the future is that we have a really tight-knit book club group where I've gotten a chance in the last year and a half to really get to know most of the membership really well, and everybody is always dropping, especially Stephen and Sonia, and everybody's dropping gems to encourage everybody along. And I do encourage anybody who is on Facebook to join the Facebook group and join the community and be a part of an amazing accountability group who are caring, and we do care about each other. And it's definitely focused on professional development, and we would love to just have you join our community. Before we close out, I do want to say thank you to everybody who shared today, and a special thank you to all of our partners. So BrownMill specifically, you will receive 15% off your purchase if you purchase during this summer session, this summer reading session, 15% off your purchase from Sweetwater's, which is a coffee shop located directly across the street from BrownMill. You will receive 15% off your book purchase if you still need your book and are unable to get to BrownMill for the free copy from Rutgers, Barnes & Noble, and 10% off at Source of Knowledge on Broad Street. And lastly, 10% off at Sindell's Bookstore online if you wanted to purchase it and get it directly to you via mail. And yeah, that is all we have for today. But I look forward to seeing everybody officially for the official start next Monday with our host, Zenaida Watson, at 8 p.m. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email us, follow the links, and thank you to Audible specifically for always being an active partner and for sharing out the Audible links. Thank you so much. All right, everybody, have a good night.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
joining.
Have a great one, everyone.
Take care, everybody.
Okay.